Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. What's going on? What's going on? It's that time. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Love Coach Sessions Live. I'm your man, KTJ, former men's counselor turned love coach, and we're glad to have everybody here. Like, yes. I brought my friends here, and we're going to get into the conversation tonight. So I'm glad you guys are here, and I appreciate all of you guys coming through, showing up to have a conversation with your man, KTJ. So let's go around the horn, and Elle, we'll start with you. Kind of tell the folks who you are, what you do, what you bring to the world, and then we're gonna get into this conversation here tonight.
Okay, I am Elle Parks, also known as Elevate with Elle. My platform deals with health and wellness, everything physical, mental health, everything of, I guess, elevating good vibes. That's my niche market.
All right. Elle does she's the fitness queen on the in them YouTube in them TikTok spaces, and she's doing it up. She's doing it
I
up.
love it.
Yes. Shantae, talk to the people.
Hello, I am Shantae Thomas. I am the CEO of Mind Matters Consulting. I am a licensed therapist, a life coach, and I am an author. And I focus around self care, self healing, and self love. Everything that encompasses us lovely women.
Yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Derek Jones, talk to the people.
Yes, sir. My name is Derek Jones, and I'm a certified relationship coach, a certified emotional intelligence coach. And my platform, Relationship Gumbo Coaching, we focus on healing first so that you can reveal the best version of yourself or a better version of yourself for your dating, relationships, and marriage. So we start with the foundation. We don't start at the top, we start at the bottom and work our way up. So that's what I do.
Very nice. Very nice. And you guys, I'm KTJ, former men's counselor turned love coach. And I'm the creator of this space. And we run it up all over social media, mostly on TikTok. Kelvin Troy Johnson everywhere, and Love Coach Atlanta everywhere. So Love Coach Atlanta is the brand, and it's the place we have the fun and we get it going. So let's get into this conversation tonight. I went and got y'all. The people that came to my mind. I was like, boom, they're the people I need to have on the stage tonight, and it worked out just fine. So, let's get into it tonight. We asking the question: who's in charge of the date? You meet somebody, and I gotten this question a few times, and so I was kind of talking about it even earlier today. Who is in charge of how things go, what things are going to be, and then how does that relate to the relationship? And El, you first up. Go ahead, just jump in. And you know what? I want it to be more conversational anyway. You guys don't have to wait for me. Let's just talk. Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Well, in my opinion, I believe that the woman is in charge, but in a more passive role. She's not necessarily in charge of how everything will go, but normally men set out to please women and they try to do things that they feel like will make her smile, hoping to get a second date and hoping that things will progress to whatever they have agreed upon. And so I think most men are wanting to please, they're wanting to be affirmed. Um, just to know that they did the right thing. And normally, when they do the right thing, it normally leads to a second date, and whatever those two people have agreed upon normally happens along the line. I don't know if everybody else agrees, but I would say the woman.
Mm.
Well
All right, Derek.
said.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say if you want to go by what society typically says, the male would be in charge. The male is the one that is supposed to lead. The male is the one that's supposed to step up to the plate and say, this is the way we're going to go. However, I agree with you, Elle, because the man does want to please the woman. So we're very vocal. Well, a lot of women are very vocal. So we tend to kind of share, the likes and dislikes. And the man is going to take all of that in and he's going to go out of his way to say, you know what? this is going to get her in. So let me go this route, opposed to the route that I might have wanted to take in. So I think that in one way it is the woman, but then if you want to go by the typical societal standards, it's the man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. So I agree with everything everybody said, but I think it's more situational. Like I think it can go one way or the other because there are women who, to Elle's point, that are more passively in control. And then the man will do the things to please what that woman is saying and dictating what she likes and what she doesn't like, and then he follows suit and hopefully he does it the way she wants it to. But then there's some other so I would say it's 50-50, right? Because in this case, the woman is in control, but there are also women and men who the man is like, this is where we're gonna go, and the woman is like, yes, that's what I want. I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to do anything. He listened to me on the phone conversation and he's doing whatever he feels is necessary. And she's like, you do it. And I'm gonna go ahead and sit back. So in that case, it would feel more like the man is in control. But then at the same time, so if he listened to her on the phone conversation, then we got to go back to Elle because now he's still doing what she said that she,
right.
So it's weird. But there's also some men out here that don't care about that conversation and they're going to do whatever they feel is necessary. In a lot of women, it's like, do what you want. I'm just going to show up. And in that case, I feel like he's in control. So it's a nuance. Like it depends on the person. And you would have to kind of go by feel to kind of see what type of person you're dealing with. Because sometimes if you, as a man, if you just do what you want to do and she don't like it, then it's a bust. You might not even get the second date. So I'm landing my plane there.
Yeah. That's true. So I'm gonna say it is the man. Hold on. Now my throat. Nothing was wrong before. Okay. So here's why I say it's the man. In my estimation, it's always the man's fault. If it's successful, it's because the man made it successful. If it's unsuccessful, it's because the man made it unsuccessful. Okay. Who asks who on the date? If I ask, generally women don't ask men on the date, right?
Right.
Generally, the man asks the woman on the date. If I ask you, will you go out with me on Friday night? You'll be like, if you want to, you say, yes, I will go with you to wherever you're going. And so it's now when I talk to the guys, I encourage them to go ahead and set the whole thing up. Right. You know, like listen through, just have conversation with her, and you can hear some of the things that she might be interested in, might not be interested in, and then you go ahead and set it up. Okay. And set it up like even down to like now letting her know what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to STK on Peachtree Street, right? You can tell her where to meet you, or if she's going to catch Uber Lyft, you know what I mean, to get there. Transportation, where we going to meet at, what's up with the spot, you know what I mean, what kind of place it is, all those things. And I think that she generally, like, women would appreciate a man just taking charge in that way, so she can just be beautiful and enjoy the night.
Yeah, that's how I was trained. But then if I step outside myself, I see some things out here. It's 2024. They always moving that. The guys ain't always moving like that. And so I'm like, when I do the 50-50 thing, it ain't about, I'm Gen X. So this is how we was raised. So it's foreign to me. But when I look outside, they like, what you gonna do for me first? What we gonna? It's all of that. It's all this. It doesn't have like a defined.
Yeah. But you know what? You know why it's not defined? Because the guy didn't define it.
True. Very true.
Okay.
Very true. Very true.
Okay. I tell the guys, look, even tell her what to wear. Look, we going to a nice restaurant. Do you have heels? do you wear heels? You wear stilettos? And she'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. That's what we doing. Yes, that's what we doing. We raising the bar. So then she gets that idea. Oh, wait a minute. This ain't no regular guy who just
Right.
don't care what I do. I'm gonna have to be on my P's and Q's with this guy. So it's setting the tone from the beginning, and then
Right.
things seem to work out.
True.
Yeah. Because we definitely appreciate knowing where we're going, so we know how to dress. So if you throw that
True.
out there, you know, we're like, you know what? Praise God. You have really,
True.
really helped, you know, take that stress away. So yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly. So, but how about the, how do you feel about when I said telling you kind of even what to wear? Would you be would you feel something about that or what? Tell the truth.
I would say it was
think
delivery. Wouldn't you? Delivery, maybe?
it's definitely delivery.
Okay.
Delivery is everything. But the
Okay.
way you said it, you know, this is where we going, you know, throw some nice heels on. That's good. That's perfect for us because like I said, we like to know the environment we're going to be in. So we'll know how to dress. So when you throw that out there, it takes a little bit of that stress out of it for us. So, but if you say like, hey, look, this is what we're going, you need to put this on, you're going to get a whole different response from us than the way you just said it. It's going to be different.
All right, fellas, if y'all listening, it's all about the delivery. It's all in how you
Delivery is
say it.
everything.
All right.
Tone and delivery.
Look,
Yes.
I had a lady on my TikTok this morning. She said, I canceled a date with a guy just this weekend because he didn't tell me where to park.
I saw that. I was in your live when I saw that.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Tell me more.
So apparently, you know, they had the date and you know what? I don't know. Well, she actually lives, she's here in Atlanta. I know her personally, and she's here in
Okay.
Atlanta. And you know what? Some of these places I could like, you can get real
I get it.
frustrated. Y'all know.
However, how was the parking set up?
So apparently it was pretty difficult to find where to park, what the deal was, and she got frustrated and just canceled the date.
I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there, not on a date, but with just friends, and the parking was so crazy. I said, you know what, I'm going home because at that point it wasn't going to be a good night for me because I'm already frustrated.
You're
I
irritated.
think, yeah, you're irritated. If he would have, I don't want to say if he could have researched the parking situation, but yeah, that parking in Atlanta, it'll make or break some stuff.
Or
Yeah.
at least come and get me. Like,
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a person, a lot of people take me for being social. I'm really not. I have social anxiety. So my whole thing is
There's no
if it's a
way.
difficult yeah, I'm so serious.
No
So
way.
I would tell a person in a minute, come and get me. Like I need you to come and get me. If you come and get me, it takes a lot of the awkwardness
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
and I'm fine. So if I can't find it, I'll say, hey, can you step away from whatever
Right.
you're doing and come and get me?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm for that.
What
But
I gathered from it was that I guess they agreed to go somewhere and he was already inside and she was trying to park and she got frustrated because he didn't like make sure that she had, where she was going. And so she was just like, okay, since you ain't even going to check for me and make sure I'm not parking, I'm out. That's what
Yeah.
I got. Like, and now, so,
All right,
it's
my
kinda
girl
weird
Vicky.
when you're meeting somewhere mutually and maybe this is the first date. And so sometimes it's like I just meet you inside and then we'll go in together, but you don't really think about the fact that you circling the block 300 times and
Yes.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Which could be
And
very
on that
frustrating.
299th time, I'm ready to chuck it back down to the house because I'm frustrated now.
Yeah. Understood. Vicky said, whatever happened to the guy picking you up? What
This
happened to
new
that,
age,
y'all?
this new time we're in, because guess what? When you meet somebody, depending on how comfortable you are with them, you don't want everybody knowing where you're living. You may not be comfortable riding with them. And yeah, you don't know. You're still in that get to know phase. So you're still trying to figure people out and see what they, see how they are and stuff. You just don't want to invite everybody to your home. Now, I think that if you can come to a common space to park
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
possibly ride together, that's
Yeah.
okay. But you ain't coming to my house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you
Not
know
right
what?
off the bat.
And look, for the as a player move, I'd encourage the guy to do that, right? Even think that through. She says she lives
Yep.
halfway across town. Like you find a place that's not that far from the restaurant, that's free parking, and have her tell her where to park. Tell
Right.
her, come get in the car with me, and we're going to just ride up the block a couple of blocks, and so you don't have to worry about it. So ladies, what I'm hearing from y'all, and fellas, y'all pay attention. Hope y'all taking notes. The more a man can take the stress off of you, the more comfortable you'll
Yes.
be.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's part of what I call the 6th love language, safety.
Yes.
Safety.
Yes, it's
Look.
major.
Yes. My girl LV just said this exactly. It's what was matter. It was a matter of security on top of the
Right.
stress.
Mhm.
Right.
So we take the stress away and it makes things easier.
Yeah, you might kick
And
your shoe
women
off
like
a
to
little
feel safe. Women like to feel safe in general. Like a lot of times when you
Right.
see a woman flip out, not necessarily making excuses for it because we have to learn how to communicate. But when we tend to not feel safe, that just sets things in a negative spiral.
Right.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Hey, y'all. So I've got this video, and I want to hear y'all on this video. I don't know if y'all been following this
Oh yeah.
this new thing out here. Pop the balloon.
Oh
So
yes.
yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
a few.
I'll run it in there, and we'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
All right. Say less.
Yeah.
So, off these 3 ladies that we have here, I'm going to have you pop one of their balloons just based off of what you're seeing so far.
I would like to pop her balloon because initially she won't give me a chance because of where I'm from.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. And so now we got 2 ladies
Yes.
left.
Yes.
So, do you have a question that you want to ask these ladies to kind of help it narrow down
If
for
I
you?
can.
Oh,
You
yeah,
feel
of course.
me?
Go for it.
What would be an example of humility for you?
An example of humility for me is somebody trying to give me that open, constructive criticism in the way that I respond back to it.
It's
That
very nice.
maturity level.
I like that. Thank you.
And then if you could
And-
have your name.
My name is Connie.
Connie. And
Connie
where are
Marie.
you from?
I'm from California.
Okay. I've been to California only once in my life, so
I never been to Chicago, so
Yeah?
we can't.
okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
All
think
right.
Connie is a beautiful woman. You feel me? She grown.
Mhm.
You know. You feel me? She know what she want. You feel me? I take care of business. She seemed like she want to be taken care of. So I would be honored
I
if we
seem
match.
like I want to be taken care of.
No,
What make you
not
think
exactly
that?
like you feel me, but I said I was a provider when I
Mhm.
first walked up, and you still got your balloon. So
Do you
that's,
allow your woman to be able to pull their weight around the house too, though?
if you what you want to do, you your own person.
You're right.
You
Absolutely.
feel me? You can do whatever you want to.
But no, it's just because it's a certain type of role that men like to upkeep when it comes to coming across a woman. So it's like at the end of the day, are you allowing your woman to be able to provide when you are the providing too, though? As far as being able to pull that weight.
I wouldn't mind, darling. You feel me? Like I work hard. I got 3 different businesses. You feel me? I'm an owner of something. Like I got a full-time job. Like I want to be loved, but I don't mind a woman have her own thing going on. I ain't no hater.
Okay,
You feel
that's
me? We can
good.
get to it together.
You
So,
got kids?
I got one son. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so you don't mind a woman with kids?
Hell no.
You want more?
Yes, I wouldn't mind. You feel me? The mother of my child has her own family going on. You feel me? So it's not like I got any drama going on. I just financially see my son when I'm able to see him. You feel me? So you feel me? I don't mind a woman
Okay.
who have her own.
You got
thing.
your own space out here too?
Hell yeah, I do
Okay,
my
say
own
less
thing.
then. Let me know something. Now,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. I'm new to.
All right. let's talk about this show first off, and then y'all tell me what y'all think of that whole kind of experience. Anybody could jump in first.
I was going to say, y'all got to give me a little bit more. I haven't seen a complete show. I've always saw the snippets. So is
So
it
for me, it
basically him
gives
trying to
pick
find
me.
that match?
It gives pick me to me because
He does or
there's
she does?
well, put it this way. So sometimes, like whoever's on that line,
Right.
is the pick me. So if it were now, I've never seen where it was. Yeah, it's men sometimes. So
Mhm.
sometimes it could be men, sometimes it could be women, and the person comes out and they interview the person. So then I think the people with the balloons pop the balloon if they're no longer an option. If
Mhm.
they leave the balloon inflated, then they're like, tell me more. They're intrigued, and so it could be a possibility that they may be a match.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So a pop balloon means a lack of interest.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
That means
Gotcha.
I don't and it's kind of rude, like because the person walks out and immediately people will be like pop pop pop. Yeah,
No.
just on face card alone, they just pop the
Oh
balloon.
my
If
goodness.
somebody had
But you know what?
some rejection issues, they would be out in the closet crying
Right.
because you
Right.
coming out there and even if it's just on how you look, and if it's 10 people and like 9 of them pop the balloons, you might
Yeah.
your ego is gone.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
think
But
a
you know
lot of
what? It
I think a
goes
lot of the
back
women
to
popped it
everybody,
with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see most of
but
the
it goes to
balloons
you
was popped.
respecting those boundaries.
Yeah.
What'd
Yeah,
you
that's
say?
crazy. Everybody has
Say
a
it.
preference.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Everyone has a preference. So
You
you just
feel
have
me?
to, if that's the case, then
Yes.
they ain't his preference. And that's okay. You're not
Yeah.
everybody's cup of tea.
Where's that guy from? With that, you
Oh,
feel
from
me?
here. I'm not gonna lie. He's from here.
Oh, he's
He
from
from the
he's from Atlanta?
I'm guessing.
he from the west side. You feel me?
Yes.
You feel
Look,
me?
I saw it. It was quite familiar. I'm like,
Sound like your cousin.
yes. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you. So for him, besides the you feel me, I appreciated the fact that he liked to work.
Mhm.
He wanted to seemingly provide, but at the same time, he respected if a woman had her own business going on. And
Mhm.
so he seemed like he was confident enough, I guess, to command the situation, but at the same time leave space for her to kind of have her own identity. Um,
Right.
they kind of had some energy going on. There was some kind of gravitation towards each other. So I think maybe it could be good because I think she kind of had a little bit of rough around the edges way about her as well, to
Mhm.
where
Mhm.
they could have synced really well. But I think the other women, they just couldn't get past the appearance and the you feel me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
he
that
from
breathing issue
But
can
again, that's a small thing. Like that's to
It
me, that's a
is.
small
It
thing.
is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is.
yeah. I
It
think he said
is.
he's from Chicago. Did he say that?
What?
Didn't he say that? Because
I
he
didn't
she,
hear I didn't
You
hear
know what? You're right. Because she said I never been to
I never been
Chicago, and
there.
she was from California. You're right.
Yeah. So you feel me? They say you feel me in Chicago
Look,
too.
he may have been Chicago by way of Mississippi.
Right,
Right.
right. Because he definitely has some country in there.
Yes,
Definitely has some
yes,
country.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So as I'm watching this, it feels like he's trying to say the right things.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I'm like, see,
Because all the balloons popped already.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And he's trying to say anything that's gonna get him one of them one of them
I agree.
balloons. Okay. And you know, and this kind of leads into what we're talking about here tonight, that I encourage guys to do what it is that you like to do. You like bring your authentic self to
Right.
this experience, right?
Right.
If and I don't care if you into anime, like if you're a guy that loves anime, or you're a grown man that gets into the stuff, and you know, even if you're one of them gamers and you get into that stuff, you can present that to the woman and say, hey, I want to take you on this date to this anime meetup. You can let her know what it is. she can say yes or no right then, right? If she says yes, yeah, I'll go along for, it's a new adventure. I'll go along. Then okay, well, you halfway there, right?
Right.
If she says absolutely not, do I look like a what you take me for? Do I look like an anime goer? Like you better take me to dinner. Well, if you're not a take me to dinner kind of guy, then that's not the woman for
You
you.
ain't trying to be.
And
Right,
cut it
right.
right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the biggest misconception around that is that people live in such a bubble in their own lives that they don't think that there's somebody out there that like they woman gonna want me because I like anime, so then they switch it up and it's not them. And there's so many
Yes.
women out here that love it. You just not in that sphere. Like
Right.
you're not checking there. You're checking into
Right.
places where they don't go. So it's weird. But I think
Yeah.
like this guy, like you said, I think he was trying to say the right like catchwords that women love. Like I'm a provider and I got my own stuff. And
Ting,
so he thought that that was
ting.
going to be the thing that gets him over. But that one woman was like, nah, what do you mean by that? Like, do that mean you going to be running everything and I can't do nothing? And I don't think he was ready for all of that. I don't think he was prepared for somebody to hear
push
provider and then push back.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. He
And
thought
I
he
was
had it
just-
in the
I was
bag.
on the briefcase.
What'd you say?
I was stuck on this briefcase.
Yeah,
On the briefcase.
extremely unnecessary.
Where did it come from? What was the deal?
Yeah.
If you're gonna bring the briefcase, wear a suit at least.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have it match
Yeah.
up.
Have some reason for it. Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting. But even, you know what? And I got to give it to her, right? For not going for the bait on the hook, and having it in her mind that, you know what, I'm willing to push back on this guy who could
Right.
seem like he's gonna he talking a good game, but I'm
Right.
gonna push back on him to see if he is what I want,
Mm-hmm.
not just say the thing that he's hoping to hear.
Right.
Now I suspect these people are not going to go on a date because there are some guys who are like him. They don't like that pushback.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll play it out in front of the camera, you know what I mean, just to walk away with a date. But when he get in his
Save
car,
face.
Yep.
yeah, to save face. But when he
Yep.
get in his car, he gonna be thinking like,
Is this really what I want to deal with?
Because he's gonna have to have some type of deeper dialogue past that, and I don't think he's ready
That's
for that.
true.
I don't,
That's true.
I don't think he's ready.
But I think the pushback possibly would have come from her because if you notice, there was some type of chemistry there. And so I think that he was trying to, I guess, vibe with her and overlook, their differences. And I think that's kind of like what made the lady to the right of her pop the balloon
Mhm.
because he was
Exactly.
gazing. He was gazing at her like she wasn't even there. So at
Mhm.
that point, I think when he saw that he was just like undressing her, she was like, "Pop." That's because she
You
knew
had to go into
that she
overdrive
would.
with that one.
Yes, yes.
So she could feel the energy.
Yeah,
Mhm,
they definitely were
mhm,
attracted to each other.
mhm,
But I
mhm.
think the more like intelligent move I think on her part was, I like you, I'm feeling you, but you're gonna answer these questions.
Mm.
Yep.
We gonna get these out the way. I'm not popping the balloon, but tell me what you mean when you say I'm provider. Because some of these guys out here, when they say that, they mean dictator. Like
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Listen.
Yep.
It's crazy. It is
Yeah.
craziness.
But Elle, you mentioned something that I'd like to go a little deeper on.
Mhm.
What is chemistry? You said those two people had
So chemistry
Chemistry.
sometimes it's been my experience
okay.
that sometimes when you can lock eyes from across the room,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
So depending on the conversation, the chemistry will either dissipate or to grow stronger. But like you can
Mm.
lock eyes and immediately just by just a certain gaze
Mhm.
or a certain like body language or whatever, two
Mhm.
people will almost have this kind of like kinetic connection,
Yes.
and then I guess it's really translate to sexual chemistry, I guess, because you don't
Mhm.
know each other.
Mhm.
but they seem to have had some kind of magnetic energy towards each other. And
Mm.
sometimes it's based off the physical, but it's just something about sometimes the way that people lock eyes,
Mhm.
and it's just there from the beginning. And so a lot of times the conversation can go good based off of that on a surface level standpoint. Now, like
Mhm.
you all said, of course, when you get to talking and you find out that you don't have much in common or you have different views, it could go left. But the
Yeah.
first connection is like that first gaze.
Hmm. Can it be created though? Can chemistry be designed? Can you practice creating putting yourself in that position so that, let's say, when you get to the party, you're prepared for chemistry?
Oh
Or is
yes,
it
you get it gives like, and I'm sure that Shantae will tell you, if you put on those heels and that dress and it's a certain way you strut across the room and you
Mhm.
have this certain air about you, you pretty much know that you're going to attract certain things. Now, will you make a connection that night? You really don't know. But I think that if you already are in a space where you're saying, okay, tonight I'm going to attract, then you're going to attract. It's almost like you're
That
manifesting what's
confidence
going to
is.
happen.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. You feeling
Hmm.
yourself, like Beyonce said. You feeling yourself.
Perfect.
You
Yeah,
just know you
yes, perfectly
popping, and
said.
you know once you get out there, somebody gonna be
Yes,
checking for me. So guess what?
yes,
I might
yes.
have a connection with somebody. I might catch somebody's eye.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
did you notice how her
Mhm.
voice is softened when she
Mhm.
talked to him? It was more like, what do you mean? And all of that. And so
Yeah.
he's like, well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Look, so look, part of my job here is to take apart what y'all saying. So it could be bite-sized for some of these folks. So what you just said was chemistry can be created. You create it in yourself, like in your presentation, and using your feminine, let's call it feminine energy,
Hmm.
Mhm.
to attract the quality of man, I guess, that you desire. Is
Hmm.
that what you say?
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Now you may catch a few strays here and there,
Yeah.
but 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 for the most part, I think that it's inviting. Like I hear a lot of men say that they don't approach women not because they weren't attracted, but they may be intimidated. Like maybe if she's with her friends or she doesn't smile much, or depending on what it is. But like if she's walking and she has like this little strut and is graceful and she locks eyes and she gives a smile, that's giving the impression, I guess, to a lot of men that hey, at least she's open to a conversation.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't help but to say something to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It can't
yeah.
resist.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all so visual.
Exactly.
With that song, I can't even pass on her.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What'd you think, Derek?
I think so. My engineer brain is picking stuff apart just like you.
Mhm.
So I think attraction. I think the chemistry happens when it's reciprocal.
Right.
Like both people
Mhm.
are mutually like at the same point at the same time. And I think that even spills over to maybe like initial conversation. I think chemistry is effortless most of the time, like it just happens. But then I hear mostly from women, they're like, it grew on me. I didn't like them when I first, and it grew into this chemistry thing. And now, but I'm kind of, I don't really subscribe to that too much, but I know it happens. Like I wasn't attracted to him at all. And then, we spent time and then this thing just happened and I started seeing him different. But I think most of the time it's almost like instant, like, wow.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you're attracted to somebody and they open their mouth and then you running for the hills. So
Turned
I
off.
don't
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
True.
if it's a difference between attracted and chemistry.
I
I
get
think
what you're
it is.
saying. Yeah,
I
I
think
get
it
what you're
is.
saying. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But you know what? I think one of the things that I talk to the guys about is is getting confident in yourself. So what you're feeling is the confidence, right? Because if she gives you the eyes and your she see you and your eyes meet and then your eyes dart down to the ground, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh gosh, she's looking at me. And she probably won't even look at you again because she
Right.
can tell you're not confident, you're not
You're not
comfortable with
confident.
yourself, you know. And there's an exercise that I give folks. Just tell them, look, go to the mirror and stare at the person in the mirror. Like, get comfortable looking into eyes. Some people never look into anybody's eyes.
Mhm.
So, and that's because they're not comfortable looking into eyes. So who better eyes for you to look into than your own? So you start gazing into your own eyes. Give it like, a couple of minutes of just stand there and look into your own eyes. That conditions you to looking into people. And then I say, look, for the rest of the day, everybody you pass, everybody in your way, look into their eyes. So that you get comfortable looking into eyes. And before you know it, you're gonna look into somebody's eyes and they're gonna be like looking into your eyes, and it's a and we got something going here.
Ooh, that's hard for a lot of people to do, though.
It is.
Mhm.
It's hard
It is.
because it's like it's
Mhm.
almost like when you notice somebody else is looking at you. Like if I have some insecurities, I think that they can see the stuff. Like even though I'm not
Mhm.
showing it, it's like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
they might know that I'm this person, and there's no way that they can know that. It's
Mhm.
like this thing in your head that's telling you that they see me.
Yeah. But you got to work on yourself. Like, and that's what this whole game is self-awareness,
Right.
self-confidence. And like, you can't even, we talking about who's in charge of the date. You got to have self-confidence to run a date. Okay.
True. That's true. That's true.
You have to have confidence that when I put my hand in the small of her back and tell her which way we going and where to sit, sit right here,
She's just gonna sit
right?
there.
She's she can see your confidence. Boom. Okay, he got this thing under control. All right. Well, I'll sit right here. Okay.
Right.
But if you all like, well, I don't. Ooh, I don't want to tell. I don't want to come off too strong and too. Maybe women don't like to be told what to do, and it's like, no, it's you. You have to be confident
Mhm.
in you, and then she can be confident in you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And know your
As long
person.
as long like I
Yep.
think like on the confidence side,
Mhm.
when you have it as a man, you're gonna find women that love it.
Mhm.
You're gonna find women that's gonna fight it, and you just gotta go where it's appreciated.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna tell you that whole putting my hand on the woman and like on the curb, like I'm supposed to be on this side, man. I got
Mhm.
cursed out. She was like, "You trying to control where I walk?" And I was like, "Whoa, I'm
No.
whoa, hold on. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how we
Mhm.
trained. If a car come up and she was like,
Yes.
no, it sound like you trying to control me, and it was
Go
just
on
with
over
mad
there and step on that curb then.
Mhm. Mhm.
Unbelievable.
But at that
crazy.
point, a lot of men would still try to like push. You just meeting this person. You don't got to be there. And they
Mhm.
would just still exist in that space and go through the turmoil when you really should just let it go. It was too strong.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Look, y'all keep going for a minute. There's a video that I meant to pull up. Just give me a second.
That's true.
Okay.
But talk a little bit about the like we're still on a date. How y'all feel
Right.
about a man ordering for you?
Mm.
Now, I like it, and I'm gonna tell you. Normally, if I'm out and we're looking at the menu and I want something, I'll tell him what I want, and then if he says to the waiter or waitress what I want, then I'm okay with that. Now, in terms of like ordering for me in a sense that you didn't ask me and you're just ordering, then that's different. but I do like when I don't, less is best.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a preference.
Okay.
So
Okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
a foodie. I like to eat, right?
Mhm.
So before we get there, I'm already looked at the menu, and I can tell him what I want. So he'll
Mhm.
already know. I don't have an issue if you say, okay, she's gonna have this, that. I don't have an issue with that at all. I
Mhm.
think for me, I was side eye if somebody said, oh, she's gonna have this, that, and I'm looking like, well, I don't even eat that. So
Yeah. Uh-huh.
how you gonna order that for me and I don't even eat that? I think for me
Mm.
that would be a side eye. And then
Right.
it would kind of cause a little bit of tension because now I gotta say, I either gotta make a decision, say, tell the waitress, can you give us a minute? Or I'm looking at you like, I don't
Because
eat
it's
that.
time to
You
have
know
a
what I'm saying? I don't want
sidebar.
to correct you in front of the waitress. So it's kind of like I gotta say, oh, give us a minute. So, but
Mm.
yeah, I don't have an issue with it if it's something that I told you. Like if they know I don't eat
Mhm.
certain stuff anyway. So
Mhm.
if they know that, I don't think they would be wrong. But if you're just meeting somebody, they're not really gonna know that.
Right. Or if they know you have a favorite. If they know that you
Right.
have a favorite and you're a creature of habit, yeah,
Exactly.
I can see that as well.
Yeah. I
Totally.
think the guy there's also another scenario where the guy could have had extensive phone conversations with you, and you may have
Yeah.
talked about the different types of things you like to eat
Yeah.
or the different, and it kind of leans into an area of things that you like. And then when you go out, he could say something like, I want to do something different. I've heard you. I've listened to you. Let's see how good I am.
That's
Let me pick
sexy
for you.
though. That's
Let me
Yes,
sexy.
let me pick for
yes.
you based on what I learned about you. And then
It's
hopefully
gonna be a good night with that.
hopefully he heard
Yeah.
right. And
Mhm.
he'll
Right.
pick something that falls under that umbrella.
Hmm.
Now, why did you say it's going to be a good night? Why did you say that?
Because that's like, okay, he's attentive. He been paying attention. He listens, and I ain't have to say nothing. Okay, I see you. You be sitting back like, I see. I might give you a little extra hug.
Now I ain't never done that though, because these folks be picky out here, but
They
it
do.
could
They
it
do.
could
They do.
work.
Mhm.
With the right person, it can work.
Right.
Right. Or if they want to surprise you. You know what? And I just thought of another situation where it may be the guy's favorite restaurant and you went under the pretense of saying of seeing why it's so good, and he said, okay, I'm gonna pick some stuff and put it on the table, and I just want you to try a little bit of this, and this. So that's
I'm
another
for it.
that's another scenario too.
I'm for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, look, I got this. I got this video, um, and I want to get y'all opinion on the video. And y'all might have seen it around social media,
Okay.
and isn't the original, but it'll do for
Oh yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
He talking about she didn't like the seats because they was too far away from the court. Bro,
Oh, I saw that foolishness.
y'all be being ungrateful. That's how you know she
I
don't
saw
do that.
that.
Who do you think you is, bro? Them IG models got them food. Everybody cannot afford to sit courtside. He thought she was too special. If you ain't like them seats, bro, you could have went half with them. Should have put like $70 more in, bro. Y'all probably would have been in the middle. That probably wouldn't even been good enough for you for real. But this is how you know she do not like him. 'Cause if a girl like you, bro, you can go to McDonald's, bro, and split a double cheeseburger with her. She'll sit there with a smile, record it and all, take pictures and send it to her friends and everything. A girl that like you is flow with. If I
Know
was
about
him, I
that
would block her and never talk to her again. I know he feel her energy at the game, bro. I would have just got up and left. I would have said, I'm about to go to the bathroom right quick and just left. She probably don't even know nothing about basketball and she want to sit courtside. This is the most ungratefulest generation in history. I don't think nobody got our generation of people beat for being ungrateful.
All right, tell me your thoughts on this video about the girl walking out on the guy date at the basketball game.
Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna say ungrateful, but I think what made it weird for me So she left from the seats that they had. She said they were in the nosebleed seats. But then she went and sat by herself in the nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
Why didn't she should have just went home or stayed where he was
Mm.
sitting at? Like, what was the point? And she complained and recorded it the whole time. And I was just like, well, you really didn't want to watch the game
And
because
eating fries. Yeah,
yeah,
and
you should
eating
have just
fries
walked
and
down to the
shimming.
bottom. Yeah, walk to the bottom, then stand at the bottom and just watch the game that way. But why sit at the top by yourself when you could have just sat with your date?
Hmm.
Yeah.
If
And
it
see,
was,
for me, I'm scared of heights. So
yeah,
I would not have mind like whatever seats he picked, but I am when I tell you I'm scared of heights, I am scared of heights. So it wouldn't have been that you didn't pay enough for the seats or they're not the preferred seats. If I go up there, it's gonna have to take several people to get me down. So
Mm.
at that point, knowing me, I probably would have taken the extra $70
right.
and put with his to get some better seats, simply so we can enjoy the date. Um,
Mhm.
I would hope that that wouldn't step on his toes with me doing that. After I would explain to him, I am really scared of heights. And so it's not about anything else but that. But I
Mhm.
definitely wouldn't have just stormed off. I would have
He
articulated my
probably wouldn't have,
feelings.
he probably wouldn't have mind because guess what? It would have been y'all would have been had a better view.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, bro, what you think about it?
I would say I always pause because I'm trying to think like, so I would think for me I would have felt like she was ungrateful
Very.
for just the whole thing, and then even her moving, because I didn't see all of that, but her moving to a different seat and all of
Mhm.
that, yeah,
Mhm.
it would have been a wrap at that point. Like
Hmm.
I don't because like the guy said, if she liked him,
Mm-hmm.
She
she would have
wasn't
sucked it up.
scared.
This
Mm-hmm.
this
She
is
would not
this
have
is
scared.
like the thing that a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, if they like you enough, they
Mm-hmm.
don't care where they at with you because they just want to be in your presence because you that guy.
Yes.
When you not that guy, they're gonna find a bunch of excuses why you ain't it. And that was one. Because if let's say he didn't have enough money to go
Hmm.
anywhere else, right? So now you're gonna shame him for you're gonna call him broke. You're gonna go down all of these different things about why he ain't that guy
Mm-hmm.
when you could have probably figured out a lot of this stuff before you even went there.
That's
Right.
correct.
So it was, yeah. And then you got to think about the male ego because you done went to another seat. So now it looks crazy in public because we was together and now we not. You
Right.
recording stuff. Now, if he ever called her back after that, I got a problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
do
got
too.
a
Mhm.
problem with him.
I do
Now I'm
too.
gonna give a different
I do
opinion a
too.
little bit. I'm gonna give a different opinion. I agree with what you said there. I'm on the fence a little bit. Like I don't like how she handled it. So let me set that there. I think that she handled it totally wrong. I think that she should not have done that. However, I think when you're dating, and like you said earlier about boundaries, one of you all said boundaries. I think when you give somebody something, it shouldn't be about the gesture and then saying, well, if I give you this, then you should be grateful that I
Mm-hmm.
gave you this, and so you should be okay with it. You
Mm-hmm.
should kind of maybe figure out the best thing you could do in your range without coming out of your budget, but making the most of what you have to give a
Mm-hmm.
pleasurable experience. Because, like I said, in my case, I am afraid of heights, like, and it's not putting on. So to
Yeah.
go up there would be a big thing. So I would hope that he wouldn't be offended because I couldn't go up there because of my fear. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I would not handle it the way that she did because I think that she was just obnoxious and rude.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
And
very rude.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Very rude.
Here's my thought. So somebody tells you they're gonna take you out to the, let's say, the Hawks game.
Mm-hmm.
You going into State Farm Arena. It's a beautiful layout, and you say, okay, well, where's our seats at? Up there. And you take your date all the way up to the roof to the roof of the arena, and the players look like ants,
Mhm.
and you paid $15 for them tickets.
Mm.
Okay, I know how much them tickets cost. I seen them. I seen them I'm looking to go to one of the games, and I was like, oh, look at this, the $15 tickets. Okay, you know, come on now. And she gets up there and she doesn't like the positioning of the tickets. What she could have just said was, "Hey, come on, let's go. I'm gonna find us some closer tickets. Come on, come with me."
Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
And now we're doing this thing together. We're sneaking, or even her. She said, "You know what? I'll be right back." And she go down there and find a place where 2 seats are together, and then go up and say, "Hey," or give them a call and say, "Hey, come down to JB123. I found us some seats." You know,
Mhm.
then it's like, oh, okay, this girl is what? Resourceful now.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's exciting.
You think you would
Yes.
have took it that way?
I think maybe I'm saying maybe I would.
Exciting.
Right. I would
Mhm.
too, but you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you heard, because listen, did you hear him say that she did the McDonald's reference? She probably wouldn't even been happy if she went to McDonald's. And why McDonald's is, I think McDonald's is a perfect uh get together for an established couple. Like if you just if you're established and you just want to sit in the parking lot and eat some French fries or whatever, sometimes that could be
Uh-huh.
cute.
Yeah.
But like, we know when people first
I,
link,
I don't
you
think
can't.
McDonald's is ever cute, but go ahead.
Well, you know,
Chick-fil-A me.
and look, and look,
Chick-fil-A me. Don't
and
take me to
look.
Mc. I don't
Well,
eat
you know what I mean. Well, let me tell you what I mean by that. You know how sometimes, look, I'm taking it way back, but you know how sometimes like you might have been out drinking and y'all ate whatever, and you get like a little bit of the munchies or whatever. You just want to
Okay.
get you like some fries or something. So I'm
Yeah.
not talking about a meal. Like y'all may split a fry or, oh, I want a McFlurry. Let's go by and get a McFlurry. You know, something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
quick and
Okay.
cute.
Okay.
I get it.
Just something like that. Like I could see it. I don't eat at McDonald's, but like I said, I wouldn't be offended. But like on the first date, I think that I would want to maybe say that for like maybe we're stopping off, we're getting ready to go see a exhibition show or something, and we just trying to fill up right quick. I mean something like that, but not for a date. Now
Okay.
I'm not gonna shoot. Now look, I'm not a shoot down the Cheesecake Factory type person. But
Okay.
but not that.
All right. Vicky said to keep that situation down from becoming like that, discuss first where you are going to so
I
that
agree.
both can
Yeah.
be in
Mhm.
I
agreement.
agree.
Mhm. Me too.
Communication. Communicate.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. But at the same
People
time,
people like
I
surprises.
don't. But wait. Yes. Yes. And I don't want to tell you every single thing that we're doing. I want you to walk in and just be carefree. Don't worry about it. I got it. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time. And you know
Mhm.
what? Just like he said, if a woman really likes you, she'll go
She don't
wherever
care.
you want
Yes.
to go.
She don't care. She'll sit on the hood of the car
Sit on the hood of the
and eat some
car.
of the McDonald's fries with you.
It's a whole different set of like
Yes.
standards and requirements and boundaries. If that dude got you
Yes.
tingling, you're gonna be
Yes.
like, where
A
we going?
woman will
McDonald's?
bend
Cool.
them. A
Yes.
woman will bend them for a man she truly, truly likes.
That's diamond right there. That's good stuff. But look,
Mhm.
I see it. I see it also the other way, right? If a man he really wants that woman.
Yep.
Look, I don't give a damn about the basketball game. Boo.
Mhm.
You want to go downstairs? Okay.
Mhm.
Why? Because I'm like my ego is not in charge of
Right.
things have to go my way.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
I want to be with her.
Yep.
Mhm.
And if I want to be with her, I don't care if we at the basketball, the Hawks game, the Morrow High School game. I don't care if we at the middle school game,
At all.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about us being together.
Yep.
Mhm.
And,
It's
and
that
if
time.
a person,
if life was that simple.
I know. You say, look, we going on a date. Where are we going? To the middle school game.
But you know what? Too, it also comes down to what Vicky said in the comments. I think, and I'm sure you all probably would agree, before you have a first date, hopefully you will have had maybe 5 or 6 conversations
Right.
in a getting to know you type thing, and so you would kind of get an idea of some options to
Right.
pick from.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
first
Because I
time, do something
guarantee
simple. Yeah.
a man that loves football, you are not going to take him to a baseball game.
Right.
You're not.
Mm.
Because he's going to sit there. He's going to be like, oh. But he's going to be thinking like, she know doggone well I don't like no
Well,
baseball.
I'm okay, Shantae. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a good segue into the next topic, though. Should women take the man out on a date
Wait, first or just period?
at all?
I don't see an issue.
On down the line.
Yeah, I don't
How
see an
far
issue
down
with
the line?
Ooh.
How
Okay,
far down
so-
this line we talking about? How far?
So you know what? Go ahead, Shantae. Go ahead, Shantae.
Honestly, I think it just depends. It's situational. Because I'm gonna say couple, because I'm gonna put it in a couple stance, because when you're in a relationship, I mean you're doing for each other. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm gonna plan this date out, I'm gonna take you out tonight.
I
or
agree
whatever.
with
Even
that.
in a dating stage, I don't think it's anything wrong with it. But I think for women, we do want to see what tone is set by the man. Like what energy you coming with, how much effort you gonna put into this.
Right.
So I think it's important to let that get set and then, go from there. So I'm gonna let Elle go.
And you know what? But you kind of said, like, if we're established, then of course
Yes,
it's give
it's
and
no-
take. But I want to be courted, from the beginning. Now, I'm
Yes.
not saying that you have to just empty out your wallet. I mean, because again, I want you to do what's comfortable for you to do financially, and I want you to want to do it. I don't want it to
Right.
be obligatory. I want you
Right.
to want to do it. Because that's what you want to do. So if you want to try to get creative to where it might be a picnic or something, like, I don't really care. It's the quality, over the
Yes.
quantity. And then when I warm up and I know that I feel like you're kind of trying to be invested, then I'm like, okay, let me do something nice for you because I want to let you know that I appreciate it. And so I'm going to come with the action of gratitude and say, hey, let's go do this. It's on me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bro, what you think?
I think I think if it was a yes or no answer, right? Like, should she? Sure, yes. It's just a matter of like when. Like, again,
When.
I try my best not to just give I always try to look at what people would do, and I think it's situational, right?
Right.
And I think it's in this era, there's a lot of men who are looking for that reciprocity earlier to make sure they're not wasting their time.
Yes.
Not me, but
Mhm.
well, I ain't doing none of that. But I think in this era, it's kind of weird because they want to know how much skin in the game you got, even if it's taking them on a date, so they know that they not getting got for their money and all this other stuff that they be doing. And I'm like, dude, you don't make enough for her to care to get you like that. But anyway, I think, should she at some point offer, even if he says no, I got it? I think it's a grand gesture to say I appreciate you and I'm willing to. But then there's another subset of men that say you will never pay for a date for the rest of your life. So there's those men out there too. But I think to even offer, even if it doesn't go all the way through, I think is a gesture to say I appreciate you and I would love to take you out. I know you like steak. Let me take you to your favorite steak place. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like to Elle's point, I don't think it should be the first date or the second or the third.
Absolutely
But
not.
at some point,
you said second or the third? So what? The fourth?
I don't
And
know.
you
I
know
don't know
what?
what the number is.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too. My mom always taught me, like, when I was first, I guess, venturing into adulthood, she said always offer to tip. Like, the person, she said offer to lead a tip. She said if he pays for the movie, you can get the popcorn. Or just little things like that. And so most times they did say no, but you could tell that they appreciated the offer.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the way I see it, everybody's ATM card works. The swiper works for everyone. And this is about us being together, so it
Right.
really don't matter.
Yeah.
You know, to me, like I know money does matter to some extent, but you know, for me, the connection matters more, and I want to make sure that there's something here,
Yes.
more so than worrying about, like, you know, showing off. Oh, I got money. You got, you know what I mean? Like, forget all that. Who are you? And then we can build from who are you.
Correct.
And so how much is a good amount to spend, since we talking about spending?
Oh, here we go.
How much is a good amount to spend on a date? Let's say date 1 or date 4.
Listen, it just depends. Because
Okay.
I don't think it's a price on it, because you may have been conversing with somebody for a while and y'all finally, for whatever reason, it took y'all a minute to go on a first date. Y'all go on a first date. Y'all go somewhere, it's pricey. It may be a $300 check. It may be whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or it might be something y'all meet and you like, we're gonna go meet immediately. Let's meet at the coffee shop. I don't know why people talk about the coffee shop. I think it's a good place for you to.
It's a great place.
Engage with somebody. It's not too noisy. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there. You can look at each other. You are having conversation. You can tell in that moment, like, yeah, I don't like what you're saying, you know, or I do like what you're saying. We can take this to the next date. So I think it's really situational, especially this day and age, and the way social media has put so much emphasis on where not to go for the first date, what you shouldn't spend, what you should spend. Who cares? Whatever works for you guys should be the main thing. So that's just my take.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So I don't necessarily say that. When I say I like nice places, like, you don't have to break the bank, but I like places like
Right.
where there's a lot of color or music or all of that. So what I would normally do, because I didn't want to put the stress on the guy, like you say, okay, you go during a time like where there's a lunch hour. So, you know, like if they have the lunch menu, it would be
Yeah.
slightly cheaper.
Right.
Or if I didn't quite know what his finances would be like, I would order from the appetizer section. So I would get like an appetizer, and if I did get a drink, I would do maybe one, because
Yeah.
normally I wouldn't want to do more than one drink anyway on a date. You don't want to think you a lush, you know. So you get like maybe a glass of wine and an appetizer, and then most times, hey, that's all you want. Get something else. You hungry? Then, you know, that's the green light. You know that is cool. So I would kind of start out that way.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. What you think, brother?
So I agree with the whole, like, I don't know if I could put I feel like this. I feel like people who say you must spend this amount to date me, I think it's kind of whack. Like, I don't I've seen people that's like, if you take me out and it's less than 300, then if you broke, say that. And I'm like, I don't know you.
Right.
I don't know you.
Right.
So we
Right.
don't do that.
And I just gave you my light bill.
Yeah, like, no, we don't.
Right.
So I don't think that there's a price, and I think that you can measure the temperament and the class level of the person that you when you're having the thing that people don't do when you start asking questions and vetting them and all all of that stuff. You get to learn some things about who they are, what they like, and those type of things, and you can measure, like, and if it's above your pay grade, then you got to be realistic about that. You ain't gonna be able to keep that up, bro. Like, you gonna hit that roof one too many times, and then you gonna be like, wait, we got to go to Applebee's now, because so set the expectation where you can set it and do what you got to do. But I don't think it's necessary, especially like these people who don't do the dialogue beforehand, and they just want to go out, and when someone says coffee date, and they just go crazy over it, and I'm like, I don't know you. Like, we still trying to get to know each other. And when you go somewhere that strips away all of the pretentious stuff and all you got is conversation, a lot of people are scared of that.
That's true.
They are terrified of it. Terrified.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm.
all I got.
That's good. That's good. But I'm gonna go with what Elle said and say it a little differently. Create an experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like on and also on what brother Jarrett said, according to your budget.
Right.
he
Correct.
said whatever is affordable,
Yeah.
right, for the person treating.
Correct.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
create an experience. So there's a place here in Atlanta called the Garden Room. And it's like they got flowers all on the ceiling. It's like a dome sort of thing. And it's like, it's beauty everywhere you look. So I'll even go a little further and say create the atmosphere that you want it to be at the end
Yep.
of the night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't have
Okay.
excuses anymore. We got Google now. We got
Okay,
Google.
you feel what I'm saying? You create the atmosphere. Look, if you want it to be to end up sexy at the end of the night, maybe you might
Start
take
it
it a STK
Yep.
where the lights is low and it's a atmosphere that creates that feeling that you might get a kiss at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so whatever it is, think experience. Think,
Yeah.
what are you going to see? Take, so that some of this is like a little forethought, right? For me, I got in my phone, in my notes, I got a restaurant section, and every time I see one come up on Instagram or TikTok or
Yeah.
y'all know how they do those coming with
Mhm.
me to the restaurants. I
Yep.
got a whole I might have 200 restaurants on this list.
Oh
And
yes.
so when I'm ready to go somewhere, boom, I know right where to go. And so that helps out with
You
with
kind
experience.
of don't have an excuse in the social media era
That's a
to
fact.
not kind of be able to research some stuff. Like you literally can go on TikTok and put in places that go on a date in Atlanta, and you'll
Yes.
have like 2,000 different, and they reviewing it for you. They telling you what it costs. They
Yes.
telling you the
Yep.
experience. You don't even have to be creative. All you got to do is be able to search.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
No,
Mhm.
you know what you got to have? The mentality to care.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You got to have a mentality first, because if you don't care, then you
You ain't
won't.
gonna put in that
Very
effort
true.
to find
Very
it out.
true. Very true.
Mhm.
Right. And a woman can feel when you haven't put in any effort.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
agree.
I almost dropped the mic and I ain't even got one.
And listen, and the last thing you don't want is for somebody to keep rehashing what they spent on your meal.
Mm.
So
yeah.
my whole thing is, if it's that big of a deal for you to spend that, then I'd rather you not spend it, because I don't want to keep talking about what it's spent. So just spend
Yes.
what you're comfortable with spending, and then, like you said, create the experience in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is and what we're talking about is actually laying the foundation for what the relationship will be,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of where we get this title here today, because however the dating process is will be how the relationship will be,
Sure goes. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I've known people L who would bring that up. Oh, well, I spent such and such and such, and it's like,
Mhm.
oh, and the woman let him get away with it. What'd you say?
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
annoying. And
Yes.
look, and the woman let him get away with it, and then they end up in a relationship, and now in the relationship, he counting pennies, and
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and so it's
Mhm.
like, well, if you didn't like that back then, how come you didn't say something back then?
Right.
So
Yeah.
some women are just and they just happy to be going somewhere.
Right.
And it
Very
could go a
true.
step further. If you didn't want to pay it back then,
Mm,
why did you continue to pay it?
right.
Right.
Because a lot of them have, once they hit a certain dollar amount, then there's an expectation that comes along
Oh
with it
yes.
that
Oh
you don't
yes.
know about as the woman.
Oh
They had that conversation, but in his head,
No.
it's like, okay, wait,
We know.
Yeah. They know. They know.
this. I need to recoup my money
Yes,
somehow.
yes. My some ROI on my
Right.
investment.
Yes. Yes.
But
yes,
then every
yes.
time you spend your money, you're miserable because you continuously bring it up. I
Yeah.
spent this on that. Listen.
Oh, they'll
Especially
be
if
real big mad at you.
yeah, especially if you don't
Right.
get a kiss at the end of the night.
Yep.
And what?
And we know it's more than a kiss.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yes, yes. The kid that's just metaphorical, right? You
Yes,
do
yes,
understand.
yes, yes, yes.
And so a brother could decide, well, wait a minute. You ordered from which side of the menu?
I thought we were staying on this side.
Exactly.
And that's why I say test it. Get you an appetizer or whatever. And another thing that I thought was cute that like some guys did that you kind of know, let's go out for dessert. Let's go out, and have appetizers. Let's go out just for drinks.
Mhm.
So usually when they're specific like that, you need
Yeah.
to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Do not deviate from what they're trying to do. You're gonna be busting suds.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some women that will deviate from it. I think thinking
Mhm.
back to that, what was that video with the lady that ordered all them oysters?
Yes,
I
yes,
remember that. I was like,
yes.
what
And
are
he
you
and he
doing?
left.
What are
And
you
he
doing?
left.
Yeah.
And you know
Yes.
what? Rightfully so. Because what are you
Exactly.
doing?
Exactly.
You try to take
Mhm.
advantage of the opportunity.
She
And
did.
Mhm.
She did.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And so let's talk about that too. How do you know when you're being taken advantage of?
Mm.
You can feel it. You can feel it. It's just a feeling. You can feel it.
What should
Because
he-
I
what's-
think,
What should these brothers be looking out for, L?
the expectations. Like we all
Mm.
have an expectation to be treated nicely,
Mhm.
for you to be courteous, to have a good time. But when you start placing financial expectations on people from the beginning, like that's normally a recipe for a disaster. You're being taken advantage of if you're constantly asking and you're not giving. So not necessarily from a monetary standpoint, but if you're asking, I gotta always have a job every time I come around you. It could be making you happy, buying you something, taking you here, doing these different things. If I start to feel like I'm always doing and I'm not enjoying anything, I'm probably being taken advantage of.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Brother Jared said 3 issues isn't the amount. Oh, I guess he meant the issue isn't the amount
The issue.
of money being spent with most men. It's the sense of entitlement that some women
Mhm. I agree.
have.
I agree with that.
Mm.
And once again, I'll say here in the Atlanta area,
Mm.
it's a major sense of entitlement with women. And I hate to say it, it just is. Like, I feel like when it comes to dating, like, I'm not going to hassle you about taking me somewhere that I can't afford to take myself.
Mm. That part.
But that's just me. Because at what point do you say, you're out like the lady with the million oysters?
Mhm.
I wouldn't do that when I'm out with myself. I'm not going to order all those oysters for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go out and order, the lobster, the steak, and the extra meal to take home
Mm-hmm.
because you're taking me out to eat. But that's what's going on. A lot of women, and I've heard it, I'm going to go out because I'm going to go get this meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why are you using the dude? If you don't like him, why go?
Yes.
I can't sit in that energy if I don't like you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a foodie call once upon a time. I was big mad too. I was big mad. She didn't.
You should have been.
Because I didn't qualify the expectations for either one of us. I was just taking her out, thinking that was this was way back. I thought that this investment would eventually pay off if I just kept taking her out to nice restaurants. Like these was like
Forget about it.
Showing off level.
Yeah.
And by the time we got to like date number 6, 7,
6,
and not because she kept, she didn't have all of that, the grand dialogue of figuring out we were just going out. And I'm thinking at the end of it, she's still going out with me. We went out for Valentine's Day and all this, right? And then at the end, I was like, so what's up? And she was like, I think of you as just a friend. And I was like,
No, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's what friendly dates. What?
She was so wrong.
I learned my lesson that time.
Wrong.
Oh
Yeah, she was
man,
wrong.
look, I'm
She
looking for
friend
a
zoned
special.
you.
I'm looking for a special buzzer for you. Ooh,
Because
boy.
I was so smitten with the idea of her going out with me. I didn't even think about none of that. I was just like, she's going out with me. Oh my God. Like I was crushing so hard that I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that we wasn't growing, chemistry.
Yeah.
You know that I wasn't paying attention to none of that.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is insane.
But you know what? It happens a lot out here.
Oh,
It happens a
absolutely.
lot.
Absolutely.
And these guys sometimes think they go on, they think they go wander into it.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. And
It's
she
not.
is fully aware of what
Yeah.
the situation is, and she's just like, well, hey, like my man said, Jared said, she feels like, hey, well,
Entitlement.
why not? Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
entitled to it. I'm a woman. Don't you want to be a
Mhm.
man? It's like,
It takes a special type of person to sit and to go out and sit in somebody's presence that they don't like. I
Mhm.
can't do it. I can't fake that. It's gonna be
But-
all over my face.
Shantae, but wait a minute. She probably liked Derek. she
liked what he was doing.
She liked that food.
Yeah, she liked them free meals.
and
Yeah.
you
Like,
were a
she liked what he
nice
was doing.
guy. He was a
Yeah.
nice
Yes.
guy.
I was what they call a mark.
Yeah, or lit.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was young, but I was so like I was just like I was going out of my way, hoping on a wing of the prayer that she would
Yeah,
like me like I liked her, and it did not pay off.
It didn't,
Mhm.
and
It
it
did
never
not pay
does.
off.
No.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
It
you
had
look-
she
she
liked you,
definitely loved
you
the
would've
pockets because
known.
I wasn't out of all of those dates. I didn't take her anywhere less than like a Ruth Chris level. Like she was getting everything.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
she was eating real good. Bless her heart. And her
she,
stomach.
she was happy for you. Okay,
Mhm.
so now let's talk about that though.
Okay.
After you get to the end of the evening, and your belly's full, you walking back to the car, or maybe she rode with you, and now y'all in the car, and how would you like the situation if if he felt like he wanted to escalate a little? What's a kind, acceptable way to escalate the situation?
We're gonna talk about the escalation
Mhm.
on the phone when I let you know that I made it home. I mean, because let me tell you something. Like if we get to the point where it's time to take things to another level, to
Right.
me, it should happen on a different day because it's gonna feel like an exchange if it
Correct.
happens right then. If the chemistry is there, then it'll be here tomorrow. So we went out to eat today. So then tomorrow can be something different. Like,
Mhm.
okay, tomorrow you want to link. Let's link
Mhm.
tomorrow. You
Mhm.
know, and then if we both agree that we're there, then we're there. But I don't want to eat, and then the next thing I know, I'm getting
You
flipped
invited
and
again.
yeah.
You getting these eyes right here.
Yeah.
Right, right.
I know. We gonna link tomorrow. I'm like, no.
Right. You like, you ain't invited me in for a nightcap?
No, you're not
Mm.
doing that. No, because that feel like that's the wrong kind of exchange.
Like I done
Sha-
paid,
Sha-
like you done paid for something.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Shantae, tell me how.
And then you're feeling
my
like
man's at the door.
he paid for this. So it's kind of like, some guys feel like, okay, we done went out, so what we doing next? What's next? Well, I'm going to sleep. So hopefully
Yeah.
we have a
Walk-
conversation tomorrow.
Walked you back to the
There's nothing
door.
wrong with that. I mean, but
Would you gonna give him
well,
a church hug?
well,
A church hug?
well, first of all, you ain't walking me to the door 'cause you probably didn't pick me up 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when
Well, he
we're
walked
leaving
to your car. To your car.
Well, walk into my car, I'll definitely give you a hug. Absolutely.
Okay.
I give
Okay.
you a hug. I think hugs are good. I'm a hugger, so I'll
Yes.
give you a
All
hug.
right.
However,
And as the old people
we can
say,
talk
if I
some more.
really like you in a few days in, I might give you a little sugar, you know?
Yeah, give you a little sugar. Give you sugar.
Y'all
Might
so
give you
nice.
a
Derek.
good, not even
You're so nice and sweet.
Derek, I'm waiting to hear what you got to say.
This doesn't like okay. So yes, what you guys are saying is it's a perfect scenario, but this ain't happening outside. It's not, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of women. Well, we're using women. I always like to do this on my show. I'm not talking about all women. I'm just using this for illustration purposes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There's a lot of women who aren't dating for the intention of building a long-term relationship up front. They're dating to feel good about something that they may or may not have worked on.
Mhm.
So it doesn't take
Mm.
much
May or may
for
not
what
work.
I call those boundaries to be purchased, the standards to be purchased.
Yes.
If they like you enough,
Mhm.
they're not even thinking about this is I'm just gonna go home, or what they're gonna be like, what do I have to do to make sure he don't go nowhere?
Yes.
Because I might be dealing
Mm.
with some whatever abandonment issue, whatever.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so it's not so much that the guy is like pressuring her. It's almost like
She might be pressuring
okay,
him.
he wants a kiss, let me give it to him, because what if he don't like me, or what if he like?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I always like to preface way back in the days when they had horses and carriages when I was dating, right? The boundaries, I always call the boundaries would disappear in like maybe a day or
Yeah.
two if I could measure kind of where they were and I gave them experience that was a little bit above that, to where they could say, no one's ever taken me, no one's ever. Once I did that, all the rest of the stuff was gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was done. Like all the stuff you learned and wrote down in your journal, I'm not gonna do it. Done.
Yeah,
Done. Like this. So it's some women out here that's gonna do what y'all said, but it's a lot of them that's like,
Gonna
Mhm.
do
I
a
don't
little
want
bit
him to go
more.
nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
Right.
mhm. All right. So my thought, if I'm coaching the guy, and I'm gonna pretend that y'all not here right now. I'm gonna pretend that we here with the guys. All right. I'm gonna tell the guy. I'm gonna say, listen, you don't wait till the end of the date to spring it on her that you're interested, that you want to have some physical contact. You do it all the way through the date.
Mhm.
Okay. When she got out the car and y'all met at the restaurant, hey, it's gonna be a hug. And I don't care if it's even a halfway hug, a church hug, right?
Mhm.
There's gonna be
Mhm.
physical contact. When she walks into the restaurant and that hand is going to go right in the small of her back, come on this way. Physical contact. And she feels it every time you touch her. Okay.
Okay.
You sitting at the table. Hey, you so funny, girl. You so girl. Hey, listen, let me tell you this joke. Right. And it's physical contact, right? And so it's not weird when you take her back to the or riding in the car, you might, grab her pinky or something, and you know what I mean. It's physical contact, so it's not weird when you get out the car and you get ready to say goodnight for the night. We've been physical contacting all night long, so it's nothing for me to get a hug. You go in for the kiss, right? You have to go, you know what I mean? Because it's no big deal right at this point. And usually usually that works out fine. I'm not saying the guy goes
Mhm.
for the gusto for the goal, but it usually ends well if you kind of seed it all the way through the night and not wait till the end to hope for some sugar, as Elle says.
As long as she is interested and likes him,
Yes.
that could work.
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm.
Now, if it's somebody, let me tell y'all, if it's somebody that she is not interested in and doesn't like, it will turn her completely off. I have
It
been
will.
there.
It will go left quickly.
I have
Yes.
been
Yes.
there, and I was like, I am utterly disgusted at you.
yeah. But wait a minute. If he's paying attention, right? He would have detected that early on. So
Yes.
that all them little
Correct.
touch points
Correct.
is
Correct.
little tests to see, you know, how does she feel with my touch?
feel.
So that at the
You feel
end
me?
it's not yes.
But see, let
But-
me give you one better that used to work. Okay, so when you would go out, you would have a good date, right? It would
Mhm.
end, you would do the nice little um cheek pick, because all cheek picks aren't created equal. Some of them
That's
are
right.
like even like that little sort of forehead kiss. A forehead
Forehead
kiss
kiss.
can really just do
Yes.
something. Yes. So then when you get on the phone and you say I'm home, that conversation you have right when you get under the sheets and you talk yourself to sleep is normally the conversation that gives him the green light on whether or not
Right.
it's time. So then the next
Mm.
time you go out, if y'all going directly to, like as you say, have physical contact, or if you're gonna have another date, then after that date, you pretty much know that after
Mhm.
that date, then that's when it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
if she's not allowing you to break that touch barrier, she don't like you like that.
She don't like you.
Go ahead,
Uh-huh.
cut it
About
short.
hug. I'm talking about the
Mhm.
basic stuff. She don't like you
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
like you.
You walking down the street from the restaurant and you know there's no hook on the arm. You
Mhm.
know, there's none of that. She over there, you over here. It's like
And people walking through y'all.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
that's
not
not
it.
a good sign. That's not
It's
a
not
good
at all.
sign. All
No,
right,
it's not.
that's cool. That's good. That's good. All right, y'all. We about out of time here for the night, but uh how about everybody give your last thoughts on even just this topic of dating and relationships and like the process of finding love. Just give us your philosophy on this. Anybody can go first.
I'm a
All right,
gentleman, so
Shantae.
I'm waiting on them.
Shantae, you go first.
Okay. I'll say be true to yourself. Be transparent and completely honest with yourself about what it is that you want, what you don't want, what you're willing to accept, and what you're not, so that you're not settling or just, you know, neglecting your boundaries or your morals. Just, I don't know. I feel like it's super important because a lot of people tend to settle when dating, and that absolutely goes over into the relationship, and then it turns into, well, how did it get here? It got here because you allowed it to get here, and you weren't honest with yourself about what it is that you truly, truly wanted. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
All right,
Relationships
Shantae, tell them how they can follow you.
You can absolutely follow me on Facebook, Shantae L. Thomas, on Instagram, _Your Mind Matters _. And it will connect you to all of my social media outlets. Absolutely.
All right. Brother Derek.
I would say, cause see, Shantae done took my steam now. I don't know what to say. I'm joking. So I would say, pay attention to how things go, and it attaches to you knowing yourself and knowing what you actually want and need, to kind of piggyback a little bit off of what she said. Pay attention to the signs that somebody don't like you, and stop pushing forward if they don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you keep talking about applying pressure, but sometimes you got to stop.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna go too deep into that, but just be aware of your surroundings, be aware of the connectivity and the chemistry and all these other things that we talked about tonight. Be aware of that, be aware of yourself, so that you don't spend too much time in a place that you don't belong. So I'm landing that there. And I guess where you can find me mostly on TikTok, relationship_gumbo. And then my website is relationshipgumbo.info, and that way you can see all the stuff I got going on. So that's pretty much it.
All right.
They both gave some excellent advice. The only thing I would add to that is whatever happened in the past, leave it in the past. Everybody gets a clean slate. It's not really good to bring baggage into relationships and judge people based on past experiences. You can be vigilant in dating and being cautious, but at the same time, don't judge everybody who you encounter on things that went wrong in the past. And be open to being open, and then be open to communicating. Everything that you don't like should be verbalized, and people can't read minds, so you have to communicate.
Mm.
I am L Alexandria on Facebook. I recently got hacked. Everything used to match, but on Instagram and TikTok, it is Elevate with L. My Elevate has two L's, like my name, so it's ELLEVATE. Elevate with L, and L Alexandria again on Facebook.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'm going to say decide what you want. You remember being a kid, we used to go get on the roller coaster, and before you could get on the roller coaster, there was a sign that said you must be this tall to ride this ride.
Mhm.
Well, I think when it comes to bringing somebody into your life, they have to be emotionally this tall to ride your ride. For some people, they just have to like you have to have certain parameters in your life that people should have to meet before they have the opportunity to be in your life and to be even considered a couple. And you head off a lot of your problems by vetting the person very well who's coming into your life to figure out, are they emotionally tall enough? Have they gotten over their past issues? Are they present? Are they focused on the future? Are they ready for a relationship? And if they're not, tell them, I'm sorry. This isn't going to work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. There's some look, there's other rides over there that you qualify for.
Mhm.
Yes.
But this isn't one of them. And you stick by your guns, because if you do, somebody who is emotionally tall enough, somebody who is spiritually tall enough, somebody who knows who they are, confident, so that they can allow you to be you, they may wander up, and then boom, you on and popping. And
Yeah.
and that's the way we make it happen. So you guys can follow me everywhere. Kelvin Troy Johnson everywhere. Love Coach Atlanta everywhere. I do all my good talking on TikTok every day, so you can follow me over there. And
Yes, you do.
yeah, yeah. So I'm glad you guys came tonight. So you guys hit that like button. If you watching this on YouTube, you can watch all of our stuff here on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Peace and